what did you get from the film Blue Beetle?
So I actually really enjoyed it. I didn't think I would as much as I did. In some ways, it's a lot of movie tropes, a lot of cliches and things we've seen from superhero movies as well. But I thought the way the family was filmed in this really made it. I was like touched, you know, and I'm not even attached to this character, but I was actually like invested in it. I think at the beginning it felt a little bit slow to me, but and it gave off. It had lots of similarities to things like Spider-Man, Iron Man, Venom, lots of superhero things. Were similar, but what it did different was just really focus on the character and his family in a way that we haven't really seen. I think the only movie I can think of that focused on family this much, the superhero movie, would be Black Panther, and how the family really makes a part of the story. So I thought it was good. I thought George Lopez was hilarious. I think he did it just enough. He was never too much. So I'm glad his character was involved. But I did enjoy it.
Yeah, I agree. I really did enjoy this. This was actually one of the superhero films from DC that I wanted. That, we talked about it a while ago. I think that's when we first started the podcast. This was one of the films, or one of the characters that I wanted to see on the big screen. And
right.
I really did enjoy this. I think they did a pretty good job with this. I do like the main character, or the guy playing the main character. I'm sad to say that. Don't know how to say his name, but I've seen him in kind of like the follow-up series of the Karate Kid called Cobra Kai. Have you seen that? That's or right. Heard about it?
Yeah, I've not watched it, but I've heard a lot about it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Sometimes it kind of teeters on that more adult side on what they do in that show, but it's pretty good, and he's one of the main characters in there. And I think he does a pretty good job here, along with all of the rest of the cast. And they do focus on a lot of family. And you mentioned like Black Panther. I think of also Shazam. I think it's really similar to that, with the whole emphasis on family and sticking together, because they were all in it together. Like, if one of them succeeded, they all succeeded.
Right.
But yeah, George Lopez definitely does one of his best acting performances. He kind of reminded me of, now this might be a little far-fetched, but kind of like an Undercover Brother, Conspiracy Brother, Dave Chappelle.
Okay. Yes, he was definitely on that. Every little other line was either watching or listening. Throw that balloon out. And at first I thought it was going to be a little cheesy, but I actually did enjoy his character the more it went on. Now, were there some things where like, this is ridiculous? Like, how do they know how to use this technology? How do they know how to fly a uniquely made spaceship they've never seen before? Oh, there's some stuff like that. This makes no sense. But I'll allow it because I enjoyed those characters.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. And it definitely looks like they're going to make another one based on how it ended. But based on the box office, it's not doing very well.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Well, I guess before we really dive into the movie, it's only made $126 million. And they spent $104 million to make it. So that's very low.
Interesting. I wonder, what do you think is the reason? It's rated pretty high.
Yeah, especially for DC.
Very high, top tier. Justice League levels of success here.
I think, from what I heard just here and there, some people were turned off by George Lopez's comment about Batman being a fascist. I'm not sure if that was the whole thing, but
Oh my gosh.
it's literally one line.
Yeah.
That was in the trailer, but that's probably not the whole thing. I think it's just been on. It's been on with a lot of blockbusters this year. It's kind of hard to tell what's really going to take off this year. There hasn't been a lot of huge movies that have made a lot of money. There's been so many box office bombs this year. So
True.
I don't know if it's just audiences just picking and choosing what to really grab onto. Because, you know, Barbie and Oppenheimer, whatever it is, those took off. The Mario movie took off.
Now, I will say, do you remember The Green Hornet?
Yeah, that's with Seth Rogen and I don't know the other guy's name.
I did feel like at some point I was watching that movie because there were so many things that were not original. It could come off like if Spider-Man is McDonald's, Blue Beetle is Burger King. You know, like it's good, but is it good because it's its own thing, or is it good because it's very similar to other things that we already know is good?
I think it's good because it does add on its own little flavor. You know, the Hispanic community is heavy in this film, and then you know, I don't think it's something that you haven't seen before, but I feel like they do it in a way where it's enjoyable. Like it's not breaking any ground, but it still all looks really good. Thanks for watching, and if you would like to be featured on our podcast, make sure to click the link in the description.